Well, the California primary is just a few days away, and Pepperdine University professor Michael Shires is here to break it all down. Good morning, Professor.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here.
It's great to be here.
So Dave Bryant's piece just broke down the main two GOP candidates here. What about the Democrats? We, of course, know that Gavin Newsom is a front runner, along with Antonio Villaraigosa and John Chung. What are you seeing there with the Democrats?
Well, I mean, Newsom is the front runner. I mean, he's polling twice as high as pretty much any other Democrat. And he's leading all the candidates. And remember, in California is what they call the jungle primary. The top two advance.
Right.
So really, this is a battle for second place between John Cox, Travis Allen, and Antonio Villaraigosa. And so Villaraigosa is the top Democratic candidate. He actually has some interesting money behind him. He has Reed Hastings, the founder of Netflix, Michael Bloomberg, and Eli Broad, the real estate magnate, all supporting him over his position on charter schools. So they've been running campaigns to support Allen over Cox to break up Cox's base so that Cox can't outpoll Villaraigosa. And at the same time, Gavin Newsom has been spending money for John Cox because he wants to run against a Republican in the fall general election. So you have this kind of weird dynamic going on between the top four.
Okay. So do you think there's actually a chance, though, that a Republican could get that runoff seat?
Well, absolutely. I mean, you've got to look at this. In some of the polls, the undecided fraction is as high as 40%. People are not engaged in this election. They haven't made up their minds yet. It's going to be very low turnout, which means almost anybody can win. But generally speaking, Republicans seem to be coalescing a little bit more. Cox has a little more momentum. He's been rising in the polls a little bit. Allen's been holding constant. It's those undecideds that are starting to pick sides. And so I think you could realistically see John Cox make it through, which, for Republicans in the state would be kind of a refreshing change.
Right. And you said, though, that 25% was the turnout for the election 4 years ago?
Yeah, for the 2014 primary, it was about 25%. So this is going to be low turnout. 70% of those were vote by mail. So you can imagine a world where a lot of the folks who've already voted or who are going to vote have already voted.
Right. Okay, let's move to the Senate race now, Professor. Dianne Feinstein and Kevin De Leon, of course, those are the two candidates there. What are we going to see? Well,
it's not a race. I mean, Dianne Feinstein is ahead by 15, 20, 25 points in every single poll. It's clear that it's going to be her going through, and ask anybody, Republican or Democrat, it's very hard to find anybody who can name a Republican in the race.
Right.
So probably it's going to be her. There's a pretty good chance it'll be De Leon. He seems to be outpolling most of the Republican challengers 2-1. But again, this is a race that nobody knows about, and everybody assumes that Dianne Feinstein is going to win in November, so they really don't kind of care who the second choice is.
Okay. Now let's shift to international politics real quickly. Of course, we know that North Korea and South Korea had a meeting this morning. Groundbreaking in the sense that South Korea's president went into North Korea. Now we're hearing, though, that the meeting with President Trump and North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un may be called off, maybe not. Will this actually happen, do we think?
We don't know. I mean, you have a very volatile situation. I mean, the leaders of the United States and Korea have very volatile, North Korea have very volatile negotiating styles. I think it's amazing news this morning that the leaders of the two Koreas met. It would be wonderful to see at least the end of the Korean War, going back to the 50s. But I think that leaves open the door for President Trump to meet with Kim Jong-un. I think that's a reality that can happen. And I think it would be great for the world and for world peace if that happens. I mean, if we can actually get the North Koreans to dismantle their nuclear capacity, or at least seriously restrict it and put it under international supervision, that would be huge progress that, quite frankly, none of the more traditional negotiating styles of past presidents has been able to bring about.
Right. So maybe if it doesn't happen June 12th in Singapore, it may not be the end of the road?
No, I think this is going to be an open and ongoing conversation until it does happen. And I actually do think it's going to happen. I think the administration, in some ways, pulling out of the conversation at this point and letting the two Koreas have the focal point. I mean, they're the ones who are fighting the war, technically, and they're the ones who have the long history that they need to reconcile. And so, it may be better in some ways for the United States to have a little distance. But I still think, the United States is going to have to be part of a final resolution to this. And I think that, President Trump will eventually meet with Kim Jong-un and work through those details.
Okay. Interesting insight as always, Professor. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
It's great to be with you.
Thank you.